everyone. We're going to graph the polar equation. It's a parabola that's given, and we have r equals 1 divided by 1 minus cosine of theta. Let's do some tests to see how to graph it. If we test for symmetry, it makes the graphing easier. Usually with cosine, it passes this test, symmetry with respect to the polar axis, but not these two. So let's go through the motion. So here we have r equals 1 divided by 1 minus cosine. And what you do is you substitute in theta with negative theta. Now since cosine's an even function, you can change that to positive, and you get 1 divided by 1 minus cosine of theta. Therefore, since we have equivalent equations, this test passes. All right, so let's check for symmetry with respect to the line theta equals pi over 2, or, the y-axis. So basically, we're replacing our theta with pi minus theta. All right, and then we're going to use our difference formula and expand this. So we're going to get this equals 1 divided by 1 minus cosine of pi times cosine of theta plus sine of pi times sine of theta. Sine of pi is 0, so this zeroes out. Cosine of pi is negative 1. Two negatives here make a positive, so we're going to get this equals 1 divided by 1 plus cosine of theta. So these are not equivalent, so this test fails, which we suspected. And then for our third test, which is the easiest test, you just substitute in r for negative r. Clearly the equations are not equivalent, so this test fails. So we're looking for symmetry with respect to the x-axis. So basically whatever we get on the top, some parabola we're going to get on, we're going to just reflect it over. Let's assign our values from 0 to pi to see what we get on the upper quadrant here. All right, so I've already set it up, and then let's fill it in. At 0, we're undefined because we have 1 minus 0, so that's undefined. At pi divided by 6, we're going to have 1 divided by 1 minus square root of 3 divided by 2. That's approximately 7.5. At pi divided by 3, we're going to get 2. So that's going to be 1 divided by 1/2. At pi divided by 2, we're going to get 1. At 2 pi divided by 3, we're going to get 2/3. At 5 pi divided by 6, you get 1 divided by 1 plus square root of 3 divided by 2. Using a calculator, you get 0.5. And then for pi, we're going to have 1/2. All right. Let's see now. Let's plot some points. I went ahead and did my graph from 1 to 4. Now at 0 it's undefined, so let's skip that part. Means it's not going to cross over at 0 here. At pi divided by 6, we're going to 7.5. So I kind of want to graph that one last because I didn't save room. I want to make it as big as I can for the video. So let's start with pi divided by 3. And at pi divided by 3, we're at 2. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2. We're right there. All right. And then at pi divided by 2, we're at 1. At 2 pi divided by 3, we're at 2/3, which is a little less than 1. I'm just estimating. At 5 pi divided by 6, we're at 1/2, which would be there. Whoops. And at, now, are both of these 0.5? They're both about 0.5, so This is 1/2. All right, so there we go. It's going to swing out this way. Remember, I skipped pi divided by 6. We're only going out to 4. So if I swing out here, we could say this was out at 7.5, somewhere out here. Now, to do the other ones, we're going to have 7 pi over 6 matches up to pi divided by 6. 5 pi divided by 3 matches up to this one. So that's going to be at 2. Let's just get some in. Whoops. 1, 2 goes out here. And then let's do one more. At 3 pi divided by 2, we're at 1. So go out 2 here. So just get an estimate here. And then you can kind of graph it out. It's going to go out this way. So there's your parabola. Let's make it one color. These are a lot easier to put in the calculator, right? Okay, that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.